Hi, Crossroads kids. Preschool and kindergarten Sunday school lesson here. We have a special guest today. How many of you guys remember Shaggy? Hi, Shaggy. We're glad you could come to Sunday school today. Say hello to Shaggy. Shaggy wants you to know that he loves you. He loves Abby. He loves Tina. He loves Asa. He loves Logan. He loves Adeline. He loves Daphne. He loves Merrick. He loves Uriah. He loves Anna. And he loves Lincoln. And if I missed anyone, he loves you too. Shaggy always loves us. Now, Shaggy is going to leave the room so we can't see him. So, all right, Shaggy, see you in a bit, I guess. Shaggy isn't with our group right now. He isn't even in the room, but Shaggy still loves us. How do you know that Shaggy loves us? That's right, because he told you that he did. Even when we can't see him, Shaggy loves us. All right, let's go get him back. Come on, Shaggy, get back in here. Shaggy, did you love us even when you couldn't see us? You love us when you are with us, and you love us when you can't see us. Let's talk about people who love us. Okay. Name someone who loves you but is far away. I'll give you a minute to think about that. All right, now you have someone in mind. How do you know that they love you? Give you a minute to think about that one. Okay, maybe they telephone you or send you things or visit you, and you just know that they love you. Many people love us, even if we cannot see them. Today, we're going to learn that Jesus always loves us. In our Bible story today, Jesus goes back to his home in heaven. As you hear the story, listen to find out how Jesus went back to heaven. So the lesson is, Jesus always loves us. Now you say it. Okay, great job. All right, this story comes from the part of the Bible called Luke, and it's chapter 24. Here's where it says Luke. Chapter 24 in Luke is the last chapter in that part of the Bible. And so that's where we're at when we're talking about this story. Okay? So, the Bible tells us that it tells us about Jesus. It tells us that after he came back to life, he did many of the same things he did before. He walked with his helpers and he talked with them. He ate with them and prayed with them. One day, Jesus had something very important to tell his helpers. He led them to a place outside the city of Jerusalem that was very quiet. So here he is. Oh, you'll have to bear with me here. Okay, so there's Jesus, and there's his helpers. All of his helpers are there with him in Jerusalem. And Jesus told his helpers, I want you to tell the people in Jerusalem about me. Then I want you to go to the places that are farther away. Tell the people you meet all about me. Keep going until you have traveled around the whole world, telling everybody about me. Tell them I came to show my love. Tell them I died and came back to life. Tell them that I love them. Then something wonderful happened. Jesus began to rise up into the sky. Up, up. Oh, he's getting stuck. Come on, Jesus. Up. There he goes. All the way up to the sky. He didn't come back down. Instead, he went higher and higher until he disappeared into the clouds. His helpers could not see him anymore. They kept looking up into the sky for Jesus. They were like, Jesus, where'd you go? They were looking up there for him. And then these angels came and they said, why are you standing here looking up into the sky? Jesus has gone back to his home in heaven. But someday, he will come back through the clouds just like he went up. The helpers were happy. Ooh. Okay. The helpers were happy. They knew that Jesus loved them. The helpers went back to Jerusalem. They began to tell others about Jesus and his love. Jesus always loved his helpers. Jesus always loves us too. All right, guys, let's see how good of listeners you were. Answer this question. What did Jesus tell his helpers to do? I'll give you a minute. That's right. He told them to go all over the world and tell everybody that he loved them and about him and why he came. How did Jesus go back to heaven? Do you remember? So here he was telling his friends, hey, tell everybody about me. And then he just started floating up to the sky. Up, 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 up. And then he disappeared into the clouds. So that is how he went back to heaven. Why were Jesus' helpers happy after the angels talked to them? Because they knew that Jesus loved them. What does Jesus always do? That's right, he always loves us. Okay, so that's the end of the lesson. I hope that you liked it. It's a very good one. So let's just go ahead and close out in prayer. Bow your heads and close your eyes. Dear Jesus, help us remember that you always love us, even though we can't see you. In your name, amen. All right, guys, I love you and I miss you. Have a happy Sunday.